right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's conversation. We are still going to be talking about FGM in Kuria, a topic that we've had since the beginning of this week, and I'm really happy to be here today and ready to continue this conversation, which I think is very important, with different stakeholders joining us today. So I'm just encouraging you to use the same hashtag we've been using, Stop Kuria FGM Now, which has been a topic that has been discussed not just within Kuria community in Kenya as well, but outside the country. Share and remember to leave a comment from wherever you're watching this video, preferably on Facebook and YouTube. I'm just going to be adding my guests now. They are more than they are, as you can see on the poster, but they we'll have more activists just updating us on what everything is. Today we have Nyerere Kutwa from the Anti-FGM Board, Mr. Meru Mwangi, who is the County Commissioner for Migori, and as well as, you know, we've been getting updates from Vincent Muita in Migori, just representing the activists in Migori County. So it's a team down there. I'll just leave you to it. Comment, and it's going to reflect on the screen, as you can see down there, and we will be able to start off strongly. So hold on, invite your friends, use the hashtag Stop Kuria FGM Now. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're just having a conversation on Migori County, the situation to do with FGM, and I'm now with the county. I'm with the county commissioner for Migori County, Mr. Meru Mwangi. As you know, for the past few days, we've had conversations around what is really happening in Kuria. And today we are lucky to have Mr. Mwangi together with Mr. Nyerere, Mr. Ogalo, as well as other activists who will be joining. Christine Gatti is also on this call. So we'll just have a very quick but deep conversation about what really is happening in Kuria. So welcome. We just start off with the commissioner for Migori. Sorry, we brought you back to Migori from your break, sir. So very quickly, we've been talking about especially the missing gap where your administration, there's a lot of, we've had a lot of complaints around a missing link with your administration. So just a very quick update on your status from your end, if you can hear me. Mr. Meru Mwangi? All right, I think we've lost Mr. Meru. We'll just keep trying adding him to the conversation, but remember that you're going to be having this conversation around the same topic on ending FGM in Kuria. All right, so or maybe over to you, Mr. Nyerere, who is the representative for the anti-FGM board. What have you been able to achieve today?
Okay, thank you. We had a meeting today for the sub-county anti-FGM steering committee.
Yeah.
The sub-county anti-FGM steering committee is a requirement, international policy for the eradication of FGM in Kenya.
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah.
And it actually envisions a multi-sectoral approach. So today at FGM board we had the capacity building of the sub-county anti-FGM steering committee.
You had a capacity building meeting today?
Sorry?
Sorry, I didn't get you well. You had a capacity building meeting today with stakeholders on the ground?
Yeah, what happened is that, last year we launched the county anti-FGM steering committee.
Yeah,
we were supposed also to launch the sub-county anti-FGM steering committee.
All right.
So we had launched the county one. So today we came to actually to capacity build.
All right.
The sub-county anti-FGM steering committee, and also at the same time share the social analysis of the FGM situation in Kuria today.
Okay.
Yes.
Who was present during that meeting today?
Yeah, so the sub-county anti-FGM steering committee is chaired by the DCC, that's the DCC county commissioner.
Yeah.
And we also had people coming from the county government, like we had the administrator.
Yeah.
We had the sub-county officers, like we had the sub-county children officer. We had the civil societies being represented. We had persons with disability represented. We had religious leaders, that is FBOs. So it was actually a multi-sectoral committee comprising of government and also communities.
All right. Thank you very much. We also have other people on this call. Vincent, are you there? Very quick introduction and summary for today.
Thank you so much, Jeremiah. This is Vincent Muta.
Yeah.
And as we all know, I know Nyerere knows me, you know me. I'm an anti-FGM campaigner from Kuria, and right now I'm on the ground. And also working with Tunaweza Empowered Ground as a civil society organization among the CBOs working in Kuria. So basically, I just want to say that today I want to confirm as the anti-FGM board has just stated that there's capacity building for a one-day training that was organized by the board that targets the sub-county anti-FGM board steering committee in regards to what is happening right now in Kuria.
All right.
And I want to say that you've talked about also the situation. Yeah, I just want to briefly say that we still working, looking into ways of and also trying to hear from the administration to ensure that especially the enhanced surveillance on the cases, especially for the villages, that the FGM issue is still into. And we are looking into ways. We are just discussing with administration as non-state actors and also stakeholders in ways they can improve their surveillance and also in ways they can also ensure that they have a rapid response to the cases of FGM, because it has come to term, and this one we must all agree that FGM is happening in Kuria, and also we are losing the administration coming up and also ensuring that they as well ensure that.
All right, you're losing. We are losing you, Vincent. We are losing you, Vincent. I'm sorry for that. We are losing you, Vincent. We are sorry for that. But we'll just get back to you and what the situation looks like today. Over to you, Christine. You are now on the ground in the centers as well. What's the situation with the girls? Christine?
Hello.
Yes, Christine, we can hear you.
I'm Christine Alphonse, and I work with Safe Engage Foundation. Currently, we are partnering with other stakeholders to actually run the rescue center in Nyangoge, that is the Mabera sub-county.
Yeah.
We want to just do some updates, and I would like to say I dipped in the steering committee meeting at the housing, and for me, just a comment on that. There was so much information going on or being given to the committee members or the subcommittee members for the few minutes that I stayed there, which I felt like I wish they had that information before this season, the parking season came in, because that's what we have really done great impact. But now during this season, I hope the next few days the committee is going to really act more, very quickly on some issues. So I want to just comment on what we are doing currently at the rescue center. Today I've really had a very hard and emotional day. And because one of the recommendations that we were taking from the board is when girls are coming in, we need to actually interrogate them and know why they are coming in. And if there are cases that are not actually very risky, we can get them back or we can send them back home.
So you're saying that, all right, so you're saying that the board recommended that. Sorry, we are also having a call from the county commissioner, but as I call back, you're saying that the board said that you have to verify the children and those that are, do not have. I don't understand that bit though.
Well, they recommended that we verify cases that are in the center.
All right.
So then this morning we had to take up the background of time.
Yeah.
So like today had the girls coming, so in the total number, because we've been having girls come in by themselves and some in brought by their parents.
We'll get back to that. We'll just get back to that, Christine. We'll just try to add the county commissioner so that he can also just give us a quick introduction to what his take is on that. So I'm just trying to add him to this conversation. All right, welcome back again. Now we have the county commissioner, Mr. Meru Mwangi. We're just talking about the updates we've had today and what we've been able to achieve today. We had earlier mentioned that there were some complaints from the activists, and actually strong ones, that there's really little effort from that department. So just a quick position of your office, Mr. Meru Mwangi.
Thank you very much. Multi-agency team has been in the front line in trying to ensure that we have to phase out FGM in what we are calling Operation Phase Out of FGM. And for the last 1 week, the team has been very instrumental in trying to talk to the public by what we are calling the sensitization, so that we tell them that this is an illegal affair, illegal activity, the government is out to ensure that it eradicates. Actually, the president has made it very clear that by 2022, FGM should be a thing of the past. So in view of that, the multi-agency team has been on working 24/7, and so far they've been able to arrest the perpetrators. We have even people who have been subjected to these heinous FGM, and they have been arrested. And so far, as many as 6 young girls, young as between 10 and 16, have been rescued and have been taken to Nyagonge Rescue Center. They have been arrested today, 21st of December, and we are not relenting on the same, because we are going to continue with the process. Yesterday also we arrested the parents, 5 of them, who have allowed the illegal ceremony to take place. They have neither reported about the activity, nor have they supported the young girls. So they have also been charged. They will be taken to court. They will be taken to court tomorrow, and will be charged for failure to report a crime and for also assisting the violation. So far, so that is the extent, and the multi-agency will continue the exercise today, tonight, and tomorrow, until we ensure that those people who are doing it are no longer going to do it. We have a challenge because some of these people are not doing it within the Migori side jurisdiction. Most of them have decided, because they have seen how hard we are on them. Most of them are now moving, they are closing the border to Tanzania. But even when they do it, we shall still follow them up, because crime is a crime wherever it is being committed, whether it is in Tanzania or in Kenya. The crime is a crime, and we shall make a follow-up. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We are sharing the same call with the representative of the anti-FGM board, Mr. Nyerere, as well as activists
Yes.
on the ground. And it's just to be on the same page, because there have been we've had a lot of finger pointing in the past few days. Maybe on the activists side today, what was the situation looking like, Vincent?
We have said we are not dealing with individuals. Departmental mentality of working in isolation is no longer there. I'm talking about multi-agency, because this is inclusive. All stakeholders and departments are working as a team. Remember, this is security, and security is no longer one man's business. It's supposed to be a concerted effort of all stakeholders, NGOs, church, government, and everybody who is interested in ensuring that justice in this country prevails.
All right. Thank you, sir. Vincent, who is also an activist, is on this call, and I would just like to ask him to just give a brief from their end as well.
Maybe I would ask them to those people who are also interested parties to share information with the members of the public, be they be security officers or GAO, the chiefs and the assistant chiefs, so that we share information and then we can act very fast without delay.
All right, Vincent, go. It's your turn. If you could just give a quick one on what the update looks like on your end today.
Yes, thank you so much, and thank you also as well, our county commissioner,
Yep.
and I just want, and also Nyerere and Christine, who is on the call. Thank you so much. I just want to say that today I had earlier started to highlight that Anti-FGM had a meeting that was more of capacity building, not training, as he has said. And also, I want to say that today that was also an activity that was undertaken. But actually from morning, I think in some villages, especially in villages like Nyasazati, we received, there were cases of FGM happening today that we highlighted in the morning, and I think Christian was also in this call and other part. And also there was some also procession that was also a little bit confusing because in Masaba, I think this is something that we have discussed with the representative of the board, that is Mr. Nyerere, and I think he tried to give a response on that, on the procession that was along Masaba Road. But to this particular incident of Nyasazati, we want to say that she reported, especially four girls, including a girl that his father is a village elder to that particular village, is reported to have cut her girl. And I think this is something that also, because the multi-agency is working on it as the county commissioner. So we also need assurance and also that necessary action and also more investigation are going to be done on the end. But again, Jeremiah and the rest of the team that are on the call, including our team CC, I just want to say that, like you said, we feel that there is. From the onset of all these exercise, we feel that there was that laxity, or maybe we can say a delayed process of countering or maybe of rescuing girls who are at risk. Because even if you can see, the moment you are we are trying to establish a Nyangoge rescue space and also ensuring that girls comes there, we get that others are due to the slow process. You get that when the police reach this village at some point, you get that the girls are already cut. And even if you can confirm from the report that are coming from the security team, that is our STM administration, we get that most of these reports, some of the girls are already been cut. And again, we need to also look into the strategies, the emerging trends that are happening. Girls are being taken. The cut is being done at night for the girls. The cut is being done at various homes, and also there is a strategy also of dressing these girls as boys, and also being sandwiched in between the boys. So this is something that also a multi-sectoral agency needs to look into in terms of response and also surveillance. And we also like to ensure that also that we mark areas, especially in time that the FGM is happening in villages, so that we can be able to be in the same page and also rescue these girls before they are cut. So it's really, to some extent, to us as a team, to us as CSOs who are on the ground, and also as a team, as a collective team, we also want to see, especially in terms of response being enhanced, and also we want to see girls, maybe especially at those homes that girls are and are at risk, their health, or maybe something is done before the actual cut is happening. It's so unfortunate that most of the cases that we are getting, especially those that are recorded by our securities, or maybe that are reported, most of the girls are reported to be to already have been cut. So this is something also we need to look into. Jeremiah, thank you.
Thank you, Vincent, for the quick update. And we had just had an earlier update that there was a capacity building that was done today, which I thought was off the track, to be honest. Mr. Nyerere would confirm this. Capacity building while the girls are being cut and marching the streets with little updates on what exactly happened on the streets. Maybe, Mr. Nyerere, if you could confirm whether or not we had processions today and reported cases of cutting, and what was the capacity building meant to do or achieve today?
Okay, I think let me first of all pick from where the county commissioner has left.
Yes.
The responsibility of entering FGM is not the province of the security team or maybe a FGM board or any other person. That one is the responsibility of all of us as stakeholders, including the community itself.
I agree. Yes.
So, can you get me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so what we are saying is this, that, after learning about some video clips that were going around the social media yesterday,
All right.
around that there was an alleged cases of cutting
All right.
in Masaba area.
All right.
So today at FGM board, we actually went to Masaba in the morning.
All right.
And we saw a huge group of people, and we forced as if we were just passers-by.
All right.
So on landing, we saw there was a group of people who were actually waiting to receive somebody, but we didn't know who that person was.
All right.
So we actually asked, you guys, what are you doing here? They told us that we have our boys who are being circumcised, so we are waiting to receive them.
All right.
So that was actually a circumcision for boys.
All right.
And we left, but we actually left our contact so that we can confirm later on.
All right.
But by good luck, when we left, those boys now came from that place where they had been circumcised.
All right.
And the moment they actually reached the street, the police arrived.
All right.
So the police arrived, and the police actually confirmed that those were boys.
All right.
And they even came to give the same report to the steering committee, which was actually being capacity built.
All right.
And not only that, even the gender officer for Kuria West, also, as she was coming for that particular meeting,
Yeah.
she also bumped into that particular procession, which had over 100 girls.
All right.
100, which had over 100 boys. So,
All right.
So what she did, she actually called the chief to ascertain why such a large group of people. And the chief actually confirmed that he was aware about that particular exercise, that those were boys. One village had decided to circumcise boys in one day.
All right.
So that was that particular procession. But later on, the same procession went around the social media,
Yeah.
claiming that those were girls.
All right. So just to get it clear, I'm not cutting you short. Just to make it clear. So the procession today. Yeah, the procession today was of boys. Yes.
Yes, it was of boys, and that particular clip.
All right.
Went around saying that those were girls. And there has been this particular belief that when you see an initiate carrying an umbrella, that one is a girl.
Uh-huh.
When you see an initiate carrying an umbrella, that one is a girl.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually, even me, I asked the members of this community that is it true that when you see an initiate carrying an umbrella, that one is a girl?
Mm-hmm.
The children officer said that she was there. Those boys were actually carrying what? They were carrying umbrellas.
Yeah.
And they were boys. Are you getting that?
All right. I'll cut you short. Which is your point? And I've taken your point, Mr. Nyerere.
Finish, please,
All right.
Let me finish on that one.
Yes.
So I was told that officer told me that the only way that you can establish whether that one is a boy or a girl,
all right,
you look at somebody who is next to the
Mm-hmm.
initiate.
All right.
So it could be a boy carrying an umbrella.
Yeah.
But now for you to confirm whether it is a boy, you look at somebody who is actually next.
All right.
If it is a man, that one is a boy.
All right.
If it is a woman, then that one is a girl. Are you saying that?
All right.
So,
You did the capacity building. You had a capacity building meeting today, and
I'm correcting this. Because it's also associated with the same story.
Okay.
What I'm saying is this.
Yeah.
That let us actually establish that when these clips go on social media or whichever place they go to, and the initiates are carrying umbrella, are they girls? Let us first of all understand that particular place, so that you are able to exactly say what is happening. Because there is this particular belief that when an initiate is carrying an umbrella, that one is a girl. So I like as exactly to interrogate that when the initiates are carrying umbrella, are they girls or are they boys? So if we can understand that, then we can be able to say these are boys, these are girls.
All right.
Okay. The capacity of the council at FGM is here coming. What we are saying that today is meeting. it was also a meeting for us to share the FGM situation in Kuria. Remember, we had the DCC who also gave a brief. We had the OCPD who also gave a brief. The OCPD for Kuria East was there. The OCPD for Kuria West was there. We had the security team, all of them were there. And actually, I even gave them time to give a brief on the FGM situation in the county and what they have done, how many they have rescued, how many people have been arrested. So you can see it was not only about capacity building. And I remember we took almost over the 1 hour discussing other strategies which we can use to contain the situation on the ground. I hope you are listening to that very clearly.
I am listening.
So that it doesn't come out with a tired phrase that why are people being cut on the street and you are in meetings. You know, before you do something, you have to plan. Yeah? So it was also a planning session for us now, moving forward from actually what has happened. How can we enhance? How can we do it better? And I remember sharing with all the participants that it's our responsibility, all of us. And sometimes you can hear some of us we are giving a lot of information, but the question is that information we are giving, is it with the security team? If a girl has been seen being carried on the border, she has been cut. Has that statistic has it been escalated so that it can be captured, so that an action can take place? The police cannot be, they cannot be everywhere. The anti-FGM body cannot be everywhere. The question is, you as a person that you know something is happening there, have you shared that information? So that now, if we don't take action, you can say that I reported to the police and no action was taken. I reported to Mr. Nyerere from anti-FGM board and no action had been taken. So what we are saying is, let us be able to share information. Let us not be people who are documenting what has already happened. Let us be part and parcel of giving the solution by actually providing information.
A case was reported to you, Bwana Nyerere, today, and a case was reported to the police today, and the anti-FGM, as you've said now, you're saying that it's boys who are being paraded on the ground carrying umbrellas, and that was in Masaba village. In Nyagasati village today, there's a case that was reported to the sub-county commander that one of the girls who was cut is the daughter of the village elder. And it was reported to the children's to the children officer as well, and the police tried to make arrests, as well as Nyagasati village today. There where incidents were recorded, and as you say, you have to prove in public that actually that's happening, but the case was forwarded to the police. The presence of police around the area was noted, but there was no action taken. So just to cut to the chase, because we have activists here, we have the government represented here, we have the anti-FGM represented here, as well as girls who definitely are the focus of this conversation, their safety as well as their well-being during this Christmas season. What's next?
So, okay, this is what I have to say about that. That as anti-FGM, but we are not saying that there's no FGM taking place. I think that one is very clear. But we are saying that let us capture the facts and respond them the way they're happening. Yeah, that's the only way in which we'll be able now to actually ascertain and be able to provide mitigation measures. And I think, remember what you said, that those cases have been reported. Those cases have been reported in location A, location B, location C. Well, that means those cases are already with the police, and the police actually investigating those particular cases. And as a FGM board, we are working in collaboration with the police and any other person, including even the CFOs, to give us information and also share with the police. So if cases have been reported, and then the police are picked up. So now that one now becomes the expertise of the police now to handle those particular cases.
Thank you, Mr. Nyerere. Maybe over to the county commissioner, then we'll finish off with Christine and Vincent on what's next with the girls. Maybe a commitment to you, our commissioner. What, Mr. Meru Mwangi, what's next from your office?
I'm saying a very clear statement, and I'm going to reiterate that this is not going to be a one-man affair.
it is a concerted effort between the press, the activists, the police, and the GAO, plus even the members of the public. If any of the team is going to do it in isolation, that silo mentality should be done away with, because it is not going to lead us to success. Success is only going to come as a result of team spirit, so that we have one common objective, trying to emphasize that this is culture, the culture that is it's old, it is supposed to be discarded, it is supposed to be done in a dynamic way, because it's supposed to be gradual. You cannot say that people are going to stop culture at a glance. It is not going to work. But people can be told, this is culture, it is retrogressive, we should do away with it. This is culture that is progressive, let us continue with it. The moment you are able to separate the two, then you will be moving at the right direction. Number two, careless journalism. Let us try to avoid that. Because the moment you report things that do not have facts or figures that can be verified and substantiated, that is not very good. Because it can end up jeopardizing some people's efforts. We have some officers who are doing work 24/7, day and night. And these people are helping us to do a very good job. So appreciate these officers because they are doing the right thing. Number three, let us also be responsible in what we are doing, because every individual, every group has a role to play. You cannot say that some people are doing it and others are not doing it. Remember, we have an operation to do. We have even given this operation a term. We have a name calling it Operation Fagia FGM. This is not something that has been done by one team. It's an operation that is going to involve all the stakeholders. And finally, I've said that we have arrested people who are perpetrators. The perpetrators are there. We have about 5 of them. We have the persons who have been the victims. We have more than 6. And these are the people that we have said we are going to arraign them in court with effect from tomorrow, so that the final court arbiter, the courts, are going to make that decision. Because when people get to realize that we are very serious, we are going to court, because these people are young, they are at the age, because they are at 18, and they are being subjected to a very, very painful action, painful activity that we cannot allow, because it has effect not only to the young, but even when they become old, when they'll be having their marriage activities. It will haunt them. So we want to stop this activity, and I would want to call upon every individual, including the politicians, including the elected leaders, they join us to do this job. Otherwise, to some extent, we are seeing a reluctance in terms of leadership. We want to everybody, if it is to condemn, let us hear the voice of everybody condemning, and that is the way to go. Otherwise, if you leave one stakeholder to do the job, it may be a little bit difficult for them.
One question for you, Mr. Mwangi. We have there's a question online that just came in from London. Maggie says, why are from the cases that of the people that have been arrested, the perpetrators? You mentioned the parents. Why are cutters not arrested?
Mm-hmm.
Why have the cutters not been arrested yet?
We have arrested the perpetrators because the cutters. My starting point, I think you did not listen to what I said from the very beginning.
You said the parents.
Yes. That some of these things are happening at night. That is one. 2, the strategy that these people are doing, you might not end up getting these people. These people are crossing the border. They are doing the activity because these the law is a bit reluctant in the other side of our border, and that is why you will not get the cutters or the perpetrators. What you are going to get are the people who are escorting them, and the ones who have violated, that is the parents and the victims. Those are the people that we have. That does not mean that you can hide. You can hide today. You perpetrate, you are the cutter today, and you think you are safe. We shall come and apprehend you once we get to understand that you are a part of the scheme.
These are girls that have been cut.
Even when you think you are safe today, and you are doing it in Tanzania or elsewhere, and we get such information that you are the person who is perpetrating, we are going to come for you.
These are girls that have been cut and are violated, and it's a scar that's going to remain and affect their lives throughout their lives. And it's really shocking to me when we don't seem to have any efforts to reach out and arrest the people who have carried out the act specifically. So I would like a comment on that. If there are any specific measures you're taking to make sure that yes.
If you make
are there any efforts to arrest the cutters?
Taking us to the right direction.
Yes.
Because whether you commit the crime in secret, yeah. Whether
listening.
you do it when we are not aware that you are the person doing it, when information comes, factual information comes, don't think that you will be safe. A crime is a crime, whether it is a misdemeanor, or whether it's a felony, or whether it has been done at night, or whether it has been done during the day. A crime is a crime, and the law must take its course.
Final question before I let you go, sir. Early in November, the government of Kenya, together with the counterparts from Uganda, Tanzania, Somalia, and Ethiopia, in a high-level interministerial meeting, launched an action plan in curbing cross-border FGM. With the county commissioner, as you, confirming that girls were cut in Tanzania, are you aware of this intergovernmental collaboration and concerted efforts to address the cross-border FGM?
This is not the high time for blaming.
I'm not blaming you. I'm just asking if you are aware of what the... Sorry, let me finish. Let me finish, sir.
Time of identifying the problem.
All right.
And looking for strategies to getting solution to the problem. This is not time for blaming. This is time for action.
All right. What's the action? Because are there any measures that the county government is there any measure that you've taken to put in place to prevent such similar cases, both in Kenya and Tanzania, as you're saying that Kenyans are crossing to Tanzania?
Several meetings have been held at Tarime.
Yes.
Joint Kenyan and the Tanzanian border, and there are minutes to that effect. So don't condemn. Let's just say the effort that is being done is not good enough. It is there. It has been. It is documented. Yeah. Action is taken. We have people we can take to court. We have people who are the perpetrators. We have victims. What we need to do is, are we doing enough? That is the question.
The chiefs in these villages, what's their role at the moment? I'm just asking questions that are coming in, Mr. Commissioner. All right, we're not getting any feedback from that, but thank you very much. Thank you very much. We would like to bring this to a close, but it takes all our responsibilities. Just keep on asking these difficult questions until this situation, everyone is on the same page and all these girls are safe throughout the entire county community. Yes, Mr. Nyerere.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. You know, there is a question which you asked the commissioner, and I wish to add some more flesh on that. That's right. The cross-border action plan 20 as well. And actually, as the government of Kenya, this document which was actually launched just 2 months ago, it has not been fully operationalized. And Jeremiah, if I was to ask you just to tell me the objectives of the objectives of the cross-border action plan, are you able to tell me?
I think you are from the anti-FGM board, and I'm an activist, so I think you should know and tell us, Mr. Nyerere.
Because it's like you really know the content of that particular action plan.
Yeah.
Yes, you see, that's why we are saying, you know, this policy was just, this action plan was just not the other day. And I don't think it will be fair for you now to really pin down the county commissioner when we are now in the process the process of actually implementing the action plan. Just a few 2 months ago, we had a meeting with the TSOs from Tanzania. In fact, we were in Tarime, and we were there with the TSOs from Kenya, like Musana Empowerment. And the point of departure by that time it was we have to work collaboratively so that we are able to work with the TSOs who are working along the borderline between Kenya and Tanzania. In fact, we were there with Masanga CBO and also the rest of the CBOs in Tanzania. It is the time we had a meeting with the security officers from Tanzania and Kenya. Here in Nisibani, discussing the same thing of the cross-border. So you cannot actually authoritatively say that it's nothing which is being done. Even before the action plan, already we had engagements with our neighbors here in Tanzania. And coming up with an action plan will be now a roadmap for us to be able now to cement our interventions. To end cross-border, not only in Tanzania, but even other five countries, Ethiopia, Somalia, and the rest of the country, even Uganda. So for me, my concluding remarks could be that tomorrow we are going also to have an engagement with the county anti-FGM steering committee. Today we had an engagement with the sub-county anti-FGM steering committee from both East and Kuria West. Yeah. And therefore tomorrow it's important for us also to have a meeting with the county anti-FGM steering committee. It is not really that the way you are putting it that girls are being cut on the streets and you are in boardroom meetings and discussing. That's not the position.
I didn't mention that, Mr. Nyerere. But
that's actually what you mentioned. You mentioned that is this the right time for you to have meetings and the guys are being cut on the street? I remember you said that. There's no way you can execute any action without planning. So tomorrow we'll be having that particular meeting so that we'll be able also to inform and bring up to speed the members of the county anti-FGM steering committee, the actual situation, how many have been saved, which interventions have been put into place, and all that. The rest will be just to find a new strategy. But I also want to report that I think it is not in order for someone to say that the anti-FGM board has come on the ground when now there's a crisis. Let me tell you, without any fear of contradiction, that we have got 24 sport counties in this country. All of them are guys who actually exist. We have to address all these counties, not only we as anti-FGM board, but even the security of those places and all the TSOs and everybody in those counties. The anti-FGM board has been in Kuria. The other day I reported yesterday that we had an engagement with the Kuria elders across all the 4 clans. Yeah, and we had even a building consensus document signed by the same elders. We also had a religious conference with the religious leaders. These CSOs, we worked with them hand in hand. Even we have identified some of them as champions who've been actually treated by His Excellency the President. So our GM board has not come on the ground on Sunday. They have not learned about this crisis on Sunday so that they run now to come and mitigate. No, we've been on the ground and we're working with, in fact, the anti-FGM steering committee is the anti-FGM board on the ground. Let me say so that when we are in Nairobi or when we are also in another county, is what we are calling as the county anti-FGM steering committee. We are also having the sub-county anti-FGM steering committee. Anti-FGM, not any other thing, anti-FGM. So you can see those structures are on the ground 24 hours here in Kuria. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nyerere. Christine, as we bring this to a close, we would just like to add back the campaigners on the ground. So we'll just take a short break. We'll come back in 1 minute and we will be able to just bring this to a conclusion. Wait, just thank you very much. We are now back live online, and we'll just be given an update by the campaigners as well as people who are running the safety, the safe shelters in Kuria. So if you could just go very quickly, Christine.
Yes, my son also, I think the son was, the son mentioned about today's the of
Sorry, you're not very clear, Christine. We can't hear you very well. Yeah, if you would go to maybe bring the microphone closer to your mouth, or if you're using headphones, just remove them.
So I'm using my phone. Let me try to. Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now well.
Okay, thank you. So my concern was they were reported to the county commissioner 6 rescued girls who have been brought to Nyangoge rescue camp.
All right, 6 girls were rescued today. Sorry,
yes,
just to get it
yes,
clear. Yeah.
Nyangoge.
Yeah.
And so for the rescued girls that we had today, there are those who have ran by themselves, there are those who have been brought by the chief and their parents.
All right.
And today we didn't get any cases from the police.
All right.
Yesterday we had cases from the police, but today we didn't have any cases rescued by the police.
Yeah.
Other than we had the ones reported by the chief and the girls running here by themselves.
All right.
Like one case that I want to testify from a chief of assistant chief of this area in Bugumbe West, in Gisiru, Gisiru to be specific.
All right.
Brought a girl just some 1 hour ago.
All right.
This girl ran yesterday from the household.
All right.
And ran to the maize field because the neighbors had planned and brought the cutter to their home, even threatening the parents. So the girl ran and hid in the maize farm. And then after they were gone, the girl got back to the sister's room and knocked for her to be opened, and actually slept under the bed. So this morning the chief really looked for her and her home and rescued her and brought her here. Another thing that I want to say also, one of the things that you asked, Kipaino, you said what are the role of the chief in this area. Okay, that one was to be answered by the city, but I can say for those chiefs that are pro-FGM, there are those who are also pro and there are those who are for. So those chiefs who are actually against FGM in their area, like I'm giving an example of Bugumbe East, of Chief Fred. In that village, only 2 of the girls have been cut, and those 2 cases have been arrested. But in those areas that have chiefs, like there is one that has a chief who is a clan elder himself.
All right.
So I would also question, how do they select the chief? Maybe they could even put that in mind. That was to be for the CEC. But also, again, on ground at the moment.
All right. Go on, Christine.
Hello.
Go on, Christine.
Okay, yes, on the ground at the moment, the area that we are in, we requested yesterday when we had the meeting with the deputy county commissioner, we requested for security, of which we only have 1 soldier who is for the school, and we are fearing because this is a cutting area. We requested for security, but we are hoping that they will act. Another concern that I have in this area, in this place, is the emerging trend that is taking place. That neighbors are actually planning for the girls and forcing the girls to be fat. We have had 8 cases that we had referred yesterday. And one thing that I'm saying, Nyerere said it's not that police people are not taking action. They are taking action. But my comment is they are taking the action at a very slow rate. For example, we gave the information to the Children's Protection Officer yesterday when she was here of the girls that we were hearing that they are going to be cut. By today morning, they were not rescued. We again forwarded the same information. You know, those girls ended up being cut. So by the time the police people were coming on ground or going to that bomber that was celebrating, they only found boys. Yet the girls had already been cut. and they were nowhere to be seen. So that is really, really discouraging. And for us, we feel like, yes, the police are acting, but the speed at which they are acting with is the one that is really, really on question.
So they have the information, but the response time is slow, yeah?
Struggling because some girls are running here without even shoes and without clothing, and for us, we actually don't have food. Because we have solicited funds and the organizations that are coming in and bringing food and food and support, and that support we are really appreciating. But we need more because girls are really coming, and we can't turn anyone away. So if they come, we just allow them all to be in here. So we actually also going to approach probably some institutions. We're planning to go tomorrow at KMTC in Kehanta to ask if they can actually donate clothes and warm clothes for the girls. So that is one thing that we are going to do tomorrow. And we're actually asking that the information we get from senior officers in the police is really different from what is happening with the other officers on ground. Probably the coordination between the two, because actually if you talk about with the DCC about the security, they're like, I have already told them they're on ground, and you who is on ground is not seeing anyone. But he's saying there are already people at the ground, and my officers are saying they're on ground, but I can't see those officers. So there is miscommunication between the senior police department and the other police people. So there needs to really talk one language, because if they're on ground, they're on ground. We can't see them, but the senior management are saying they're on ground. So those are my key concerns, and actually we really need to work in collaboration with everyone to make sure the girls are safe.
Thanks a lot, Christine. Thanks a lot, Christine. Yeah, I think that's a really important point you make. And there is just this one question, maybe just quickly to ask Vincent, or even you to Christine, the issue of the umbrellas, because I felt like we came out too strongly and we didn't really have a right to respond on the same. Just as a right to respond, is carrying an umbrella an indication that it's a girl, or boys can also carry umbrellas? Or what other means of verification do you have to just make sure that it's we are not also making noise and girls are not being cut in Kuria? Over to you, Vincent. Vincent, are you there?
Okay, this is Christine.
All right.
I can respond to that.
All right.
Yes, so for me, the clear indication, one actually is the umbrella, but now the community are doing something that is really, like I would call it emerging, because they used even to put, to do the flowers, the ribbons for girls. Mm-hmm. And they are currently also doing it. And right now, they are doing the ribbons and flowers to all, mm-hmm, in some of the celebrations. So even the umbrellas, if probably like today's session, I would say Nyerere is also is right, because the girls are actually carrying umbrellas, and most of the times you can spot if it's a girl by the umbrellas that they carry, because most of them carry. But there is one incident that I saw today while I was coming to the rescue place. There was a girl. Actually, I was like looking at her. You could see breast. It was a girl, but wasn't having umbrella, and dressed like a boy, wasn't having a flower. So it's something that really is an emerging trend, that they're realizing, that we have realized that the girls carry umbrellas and have flowers. So they're doing the flowers to all or none to all. So what Nyerere has said is actually right. That's one of the indicators with that. But also the community is actually getting to do an emerging thing that has not been there.
Vincent, I think we lost Vincent, but as a way forward, I think it's also important to get it from the campaigner's point of view. Vincent, are you back?
Yes, thank you so much. Sorry for the network, because I'm trying to access the safe space. So, just to say that what we normally know, Kuria here, that girls are using the umbrella. I think this is something that really need to be looked into, because as far as we are concerned, we know that girls who are carrying the umbrella, and I think this is something now we really need to see administration having chief inspection. And we also know that now that it is said that both of them are now carrying umbrella, it really need to be investigated, because we've seen cases whereby girls are being sandwiched in between the boys. So this is something that we would also want the county commissioner, not the county commissioner, but multi-sectoral, while attending to these cases, to ensure that they are able to be, even at some point when they are female, maybe police, when they are called upon to go and maybe do the patrols during this procession, they are able to even check for us to ensure that girls are not cut. Because this particular video from Masaba was particularly refuted, and it was said that these are maybe the probability was boys, maybe the probability was girls and also boys at the same time. So we really need to get the other side of the administration doing their part and ensuring that the culprits are apprehended when girls are being maybe paraded to on the road. And also what Christine has said is that even to these at the moment the administration is also responding to these cases. It is taking a lot of time, and I think this is something that came out strongly in all the meeting, yesterday's meeting and even today's meeting, that really need to be amended, or maybe administration need to pull their socks while responding to such cases, especially when they are reported. Because I think it can be confirmed from our end as people on the ground, and also people are coordinating those girls who are at least from villages. We know very well that there are cases we have been reporting, but again, we are reporting these cases, the same cases that we have been getting reports from the police that they have been arrested, the girls have been arrested. Most of them are reports that girls are already cut. But if we see, and this CC can confirm that personally have sent an info, or maybe as a multi-sectoral team member, has given information that can help to ensure that response is done from their end. But particularly for these girls, it has come out clear to some incidents that the same girls that we report end up being cut before they are rescued. So the arrests are being made after the cut. But all in all, what we are saying that we really need coordination, and we really need to pull our socks and also get there whereby we want to see the government, and also especially the police, doing response. Because now what we are operating on is a rapid response. We are not here to do maybe to start educating the community or all that, but it's a rapid response to help salvage the situation, Jeremiah. Thank you.
Finally, as we bring this to a close, and probably we'd also bring it back to you, Vincent and Christine. The county government has specifically been quite quiet about this issue in Kuria. Yet we know that there was a rescue center that was commissioned actually and set up just for this for such cases. But maybe from your end, what has been done from that end, and what support do you need in terms of supporting the girls at the center? Christine?
Just make a comment on that, huh?
All right.
Yeah, you can't say that the county government is quiet. Because when you look at the composition of the county achievements here in Committee, we have the CC member, that's the Minister for Gender at the county level.
We haven't heard their voice.
Yes, who is actually a member. And let me tell you, right now as we talk, the Kuria elders, they had an engagement with the other stakeholders, and they are supposed to be on the shrine. The fact they are in the shrine, so that when they come back, they'll be able to make a declaration to want FGM in Kuria. And that process was actually facilitated between by the county government of Migori, and in partnership with UNICEF. So for us to say that they are not actually adding up to this, it might be a bit harsh. They're also playing a role. In fact, today when we had a meeting, we had a sub-county administrator who also was, in fact, two of them, for Kuria East and the Kuria West, they're actually in the meeting. They really contributed to this debate. So we really don't want to say that so-and-so is not doing his part. I think all of us are doing our part. But now there's something which I still need to talk about very briefly, the issue of the umbrella. I think I said clearly that traditionally, when you spot an initiate with an umbrella, that one is a gun. But there's a new trend that even the boys also are using the same umbrellas when they are coming out of those places. So you could take you could actually take a clip of a procession. Then you post. You say that these are girls just because of the fact that they are carrying umbrellas. Only to find later on that actually those ones were also were actually boys. So what you are saying that before we really make a decision, it could be girls, it could be boys. I'm not saying that they are all boys. Let us establish exactly, are they boys or are they girls? Because now carrying an umbrella is for both. That's now the new trend. So it could be for men, for boys, or it could be for girls.
Thank you, Mr. Nyerere.
Which you really need to establish. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Nyerere. That's Mr. Nyerere from the anti-FGM boards, basically, and the programming team. And just to you, Christine, a very quick and last question, because I think we've talked about the umbrella one for quite some time now. What needs to be done right now in terms of either safeguarding the children who are at the centers? I know that you say that there is a security officer at the site finally, as well as what kind of support do you need right now in terms of resources and any other needs you have?
Well, hi, Kipaino. Can I comment on that?
Yes, please go on.
So, apart from the needs that we had, actually, we have matrons who are here, and they actually need like credit, airtime, or reimbursement of their transport. We actually also need foodstuffs because many other mobiles are joining, and the foodstuffs that we are currently having, like we were projecting them today, and we really looked at it, and we saw by Friday actually the foodstuffs that we currently have, it will be depleted. So that means we really need more of foodstuffs, and especially essential items again, like panties. That is the underwear for girls, and also we also need like clothing because some of them are running away without clothes. Some are sharing, but also, as I said, one of the strategies that we personally are taking is tomorrow we'll be visiting MTC guys to actually, to the only college around, to actually request if some of them are willing to donate clothes. And also there is one that we got from a church called Streams of Water Church that was donated to Set and Gate Foundation. We got that for the girls. So we really need such items, and that's really helpful for the girls.
All right, thank you. Final words from you, Vincent.
Yes, thank you very much. Just want to say, Jeremiah, that what is really needed now is we need to completely drop the blame game between the in this whole issue of responding to FGM that is happening in Kuria. And number two, also we need each and every stakeholder need to be accountable, and also need to ensure that we put the safety and the interest of the girls and even women who are being now at risk, and those who are already subjected, the survivors who have been subjected to FGM in Kuria right now. What we need more now is see more rapid responses towards cases that are being reported by the community members, but any stakeholder. Number two, we also want to see the government also looking, and the stakeholders looking into the affairs of the girls who are at the rescue center, because as people are saying, and from what I know, because this is what we've been talking about, especially foodstuffs are over within the premises of the school. Because even as first day I reported earlier that we had to ask some foodstuffs that the school has been using since they are closed, that was in store, which is has already ran out of stock. So this is what we really want to see, because the same way we've seen the other stakeholders organizing and also ensuring that the elders go around to talk about ending FGM, and also bringing everybody on board. We also want to see the same energy, stakeholders coming out and also ensuring that the girls get food, toiletry, and also sanitary items within the temporary rescue space. And then the last one is, we have been talking about security at the premises. I think this is something that through the county commissioner, we discussed not to county commissioners, area assistant county commissioners who are there, and during the meeting at the safe space, we really stress on this. So can we see even deployment of maybe police security officers at the premises where girls are, in case anything happens in the middle of the night? Who will we reach to at that particular time? Will we make calls? Will we report? And then get the same response we have been seeing to the villages that FGM are taking place, and we found that girls are being rescued when they are already cut. So this is something that we really need to all work on to, and also see the government assuring its citizens that the security will be provided, because these children are also citizens of this Kenya, and the constitution and also the law of this country allow them to be given a very comfortable and also a space where they can enjoy their rights. As far as they remain there, that is not a prison. So this is what we are asking for, and this is what we want to see applicable. I've seen a few CBOs have tried to give in there are few things, but a few things to help run that camp, but they are not enough, because especially at this time, and we know. So this is something we are calling upon, Jeremiah. Back to you.
Thank you very much. Just like to say thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you very much, Christine Gatti, for joining us today. And Nyerere from the Anti-FGM board. Such an honor having you today. Just making sure that we are all on the same page. Vincent Ogalo as well. Thank you for always sticking with this conversation, as well as the county commissioner, Mr. Meru Mwangi, who graciously accepted to speak during these difficult times. Also, thank you to you who has been tuning in to this conversation. We really do appreciate having you today. All right, I'll have to say goodbye for now. We still have this conversation as developments come. Remember that you can always tweet and participate in this conversation using the hashtag Stop Kuria FGM Now. Stop Kuria FGM Now. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Kwaheri.
Thank you and bye-bye.